Hello, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about how I utilize NotebookLM for a recent trip that I took to a client. For those that don't know what NotebookLM is, it's a Google product which is actually free and it allows you to grab data from multiple sources. Each notebook can handle up to 50 different sources. So you can pull in data from different sources. You can ask it questions about all the data that's there, and you can actually create recordings of the conversation. It creates a podcast based on that information. So it lets you gather information, lets you synthesize it, and ask questions on it, and you can create your own notes as well. And all of that comes together in a nice little package that you can use. So let me just walk you through this as an example. So this is what the Notebook LM looks like, and it has all the different notebooks. You can set it up as grids or a table. This to create a new book, you just come over here and create new, and you can start adding your different sources. You can upload files. You can see there's PDF, there's text files, there's audio files. You can attach Google Docs, you can attach Google Slides, you can link to websites, YouTube, and copy text. So for example, if I go back to a sample book that I created that mimics what I did on this trip, I utilize AI for recording my meetings. So I use one of those note-taking apps, and that allows me to record my meetings and also gives me a full transcript of it. I can add that transcript to the Notebook LM so it has all the conversations that were had. So if I ever forget what was discussed, I can always query the information right then and there. Any PDFs that were there. So for example, I can upload a copy of the service agreement. So if there's ever a question on what was supposed to occur while I was on site, I would have access to that. And again, I can just query all this information. So let's just say, um, based upon the three sources that I have, I wanted to know what was this company's primary operational challenges. So I either can type this in or it kind of gives you some prompts here, which I'll just take that one. And what it's going to do, it's going to go through all the sources and come up with uh, what it found. So there was inefficient documentation and communication of on-site issues with customers. There was a lack of real-time visibility. They needed to streamline their email intake and automate customer responses, challenges in managing excessive documents. So basically, it gives me a refresher of what was discussed and what the issues were. Uh, if I wanted to uh, ask any more questions, again, I can say, what is the main tool they currently use? Maybe I forgot. And it'll go through and it tells me about the different databases that they use, any software that they use. It's there any software. So it'll go through and it'll check. Uh, it also it shows some of the software application we talked about, and it also gives you where this information came from. So it always gives you the source of where that information was. So like I was saying before, that's looking at the data that's there. But if I want to add a note, I can come here and add a note. and just type in there. I can also do a timeline. So if I want to, let's say this process was going on for a couple of months and I wanted to get a breakdown of what happened over that time period, I could do that. So anything that I create here will also be part of the sources. Um, so if I was going on site, I'll also put together some things I wanted to review. So I can create a short note about that as well. And also, as I mentioned, if I wanted to, I can create an audio overview. And really what it does, it creates a podcast that sounds real life, and it's using all this data to come up with this podcast. Another thing that it does, it adds like a mind map. So it can create a visual of the data that's in here. So I click on it here. So it's giving you a visual. I can click on each one of these, and it talks about some of the issues that they have. So it kind of gives you a good visual that you can eventually save and provide that if you want to add that as part of a deliverable. Okay. So as you can see, it's a good way to gather all the detail about a customer before you go on site. Or if you're doing a lot of research, this gives you the ability to grab all the information and put it in one place. They will be adding a new feature where you can also add the website, not just a website, but access to the web. So you can use the web as a source as well. So it's not only looking at the static information that you have here, it can also add in things that it can find on the web. So let me know what you think. If you think this might be helpful, if you want to dive into more of what NotebookLM does, feel free to let me know in the comments. Thank you.